Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Latrell, and I had this 2020 Galaxy Tab A on Verizon for about like 3 days now, something like that. And I want to go and tell y'all what I think about this because I think I got a pretty good feel on this so far because I've been using this thing like non-stop since I got out the box. Like, I'm telling y'all, like, I can't put this thing down. Like, having a tablet this size with my tablet 6 over there has been really dope, like, to be honest with y'all. So I'm gonna just go and tell y'all my experience on this thing so far. Alright, so yeah, like I was telling y'all, I just got this thing from Verizon like 3 days ago, and I think I ordered it like a week ago or something like that. But let me tell y'all, if y'all got a Galaxy Tab S6 or a Tab S4 or whatever, and you feel like you don't need a smaller size tablet, trust me, I think you do, okay? And this thing is gonna run you $280 on Verizon. I think it's the same thing for T-Mobile because it's available on T-Mobile and Verizon right now. I mean, just think about that. $280 for a tablet on Verizon with LTE. And it's a decent tablet. Like, let me go and tell y'all real quick. So first off, I'm gonna go and show y'all around this real quick. So on the front, we got this beautiful with minimal bezel, 16 by 10, 1920 by 1200, 1080p TFT display. But I mean, besides that, on the right side, we have a power button with 2 volume markers, and on the left side we have a SIM/SD card tray, so the SD card tray is going to support up to 512 gigs. But we got an 8 megapixel camera here at the top with the Verizon logo, so yeah, like I already told y'all, this is the LTE version, and basically here's what's going on. So you can only get this on Verizon and T-Mobile at the time of recording this, so I don't know what's going on with like the Wi-Fi version, but I do know for sure that the Sprint version and the AT&T version is coming out soon. So I mean, if you go ahead and look online for the firmware for this tablet, you can actually see that it says the Verizon version, you got the T-Mobile version, and you got the Sprint version. Now, if I go back out of here, you can actually go ahead and find the AT&T version on Google too. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, there's already firmware out here for this thing for like the AT&T version and the Sprint version, so that should be coming soon. Again, I don't know what's up with the Wi-Fi version, but we should get that later with another color. Shiny Samsung text here to give it that more premium look, and I'm feeling that, but check this out. 5,000 milliamp hour battery in this thing. Let that marinate for a minute, alright? That's crazy, and this thing ain't even that big, and it's cheap. So I mean, basically with all that power, you can do all the YouTube binging you want. Like, for example, I don't know, you could binge watch my videos, cause we all know that we have nothing better to do. 3 gigs of RAM, and 32 gigs of storage. That's super whack, okay? Like, what are you gonna do with that in 2020? Like, come on now, let's be real here. Even though you could throw an SD card up in there. And then we got Bluetooth 5. But at the top we got our headphone jack with 1 microphone on here, and at the bottom we have 2 stereo speakers, so they actually dropped the S Pen on the last year version for another speaker on here. You could think what you want about that, but to be honest, I don't even know how I feel about that yet. But wait for this, you got a fast charging USB-C port, so yeah, this thing actually supports fast charging. That's crazy. And yes, it's Sonic. I'll get to your question in a minute, man. So for $280, you got a pretty good deal here, man. So what are we missing here? So no vibration, no DeX support, and no HDMI support at all, even though we can use the Smart View casting. No S Pen, no microphone, and we don't even got an ambient light sensor in this thing. Like, come on, what was that thing cost? Like $5? Y'all could at least throw an ambient sensor in this thing. And you know what? I'll get to that in a minute though. But alright, so that's all done and good here. Let's go and check out some of the wallpapers and the settings and all that. So already right away, you can see right here that there's no theme support, and there's really no theme support for Galaxy Tabs at all. But let's go and look at some of the default wallpapers on here. So we got default 1, and that's what it's gonna look like right there. And you know what? Let me grab this Galaxy Tab S6 real quick so we can see side by side what we got right here. So this is gonna be the second wallpaper. We got the default 3 here, which is a Galaxy Tab wallpaper, the Galaxy Tab S6. So let me go ahead and tap on that. You can see right there, same exact thing, so it just came from the Tab S6. We got the default 4, so again, it's literally the same exact thing from the Tab S6. Default 5, alright. And then we got the default 6. But alright, so that was wallpapers. Now I want to go and check out some of the settings like the smart things panel and all that. So let's go and check out some things real quick. Let's look in the connections right here, and yeah, so we actually got something pretty cool in this thing. So we got the tablet visibility. We didn't have that last year. So yeah, basically what that means is we'll be able to use the send to device feature, which is basically quick share in the newer Galaxies. I remember we didn't have that last year, but don't look like we got anything special in there, so let's go back. And the sound here, let's go ahead and look at some of the notifications here. So it looks like pretty much everything is just normal here. So we got our system sounds here, and then if we go back here, we can go to the advanced sound settings, and we got our sound quality and effects, and then we got a separate app sound. Going down to display, you can see right here, we don't got any type of ambient light sensor features here. We only got an outdoor mode here. So yeah, again, that's pretty whack, but we do got our night mode and everything here, so I can go and turn that on, and then that's what it's gonna look like. Now this is a TFT display like I told y'all, so it's not gonna be like AMOLED type dark or anything, but we got that anyway. We got our fonts here, so I got it set on Samsung 1 right now, and a lot of people ask what font I use. It's just the Samsung 1. What we got right here? A screen zoom, I got that on the minimum one. We got our home screen, and then we got our navigation bar, so I got the adjusters on right now. We got a screensaver, which nobody ever uses anymore. Like, even you could just use daily board these days. But we got our lock screen here, so we got our pin and face unlock. So I set on my face unlock because this dude got face unlock on here. Now you don't got anything like a fingerprint scanner or anything like you do with like the Tab S5e and the Tab S6 and all that, which is pretty whack. Like I feel like they could have just threw one in right here or something, but I mean, it is what it is. At least we get the face right here. Let's see what else here. So we got a secure lock settings. Let me go and put in my pen real quick. So we just got our usual stuff here. Let me go and turn on my lockdown option. We got our face widgets. We got our contact information, notifications, all that stuff good there. Got my accounts and backup here. So there's no Samsung Cloud in here because Verizon is BS. I hate Verizon. Well, no, I don't hate Verizon, but I hate their software. I'll talk about that in a minute, but again, yeah, we don't got no Samsung Cloud up in here. We got our advanced features here, so we don't got a lot of stuff up in here, but we get like our daily board, so that's just basically the features we get from like the Tab S6 and the Tab S4 and all that. So like when you plug in the tablet, you can go ahead and get this like board of like information on here. We got a screenshot settings here, so I can go ahead and take a screenshot, and then we can get this bar right there. We got our direct share. Let's go ahead and go back here. Let's go to our motions and gestures, and then we only got one option in here, and that's smart stay. So basically, as long as you look at the tablet, it's gonna just keep the screen on. All right, so what else we got here? We got our digital well-being. We got our device care here, so I can go ahead and clean that up or whatever I want to go ahead and do. I can go ahead and get to some more settings here, and it's a cool thing in here. So if I go to the battery, go over to the settings here, but you can see this option right here. So we got protect battery, and basically what that is, it'll just charge the battery up to 85% just to keep this longevity. So basically like a Note 7, I guess. It'll show 100%, but it'll only charge up to 85%. And then we got our apps, we got our general management, and then yeah, so basically that's pretty much it. And I'm pretty sure I got a software update, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. And that's the version we're running right now. So One UI 1.5 and Android 9. Again, I'll talk about that. I got some gripes with that. And then one really dope thing I really like about this is, so basically in One UI 1.5, they got rid of this smart things panel right here, and I hated that. I still hate that. Like, this is way more convenient than that like devices and media buttons here at the top, because I can get to like my robot vacuum, I can get to all my Philips Hue lights, my Samsung Smart TV, my garage door even. I can get to my scenes, and like, yeah, that's just way more convenient. So I don't know why it's on here, but it's on here, I guess. And like I said, this thing ain't updated, but we are on the March security patch, and we're actually in April right now. We just hit April. All right, so now the moment that I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all been waiting for. I'm gonna go and talk about some of the things I like about this thing and some of the things I really don't like about this thing. Like, I don't like being negative, but it is what it is. We gonna talk about the things I don't like. So the first thing that I like, and I noticed this as soon as I got this out the box, but this thing is so thin. It's like I'm holding air or something. Like, man, I just picked this up and I'm like, what is this? So I'm holding, man. I'm literally holding air right now. So yeah, I know it's like 8.4 inches and everything, so it's gonna be light. And let me go and show y'all something real quick. Even my 8.4 inch Galaxy Tab S right here is lighter than the Tab A, but I just forgot how light it is, I guess. Plus we got the metal back and everything that's gonna make it heavier, so I ain't really worried about all that. But man, this thing is light and thin. Next up is the screen. So I already said it's a TFT display, but at the same time it's a 1080p screen, and it looks really good for like YouTube and all that. So I can go ahead and watch all the Netflix I want. I could watch my Disney Plus, even though I don't watch Disney Plus that much. Even though I got the Disney Plus subscription with like, you know, the ESPN Plus and was it Hulu? But you know what? I still pay for it. And Netflix looks good on here too. And oh yeah, that's what I've been watching right there. So that was the last time I watched Netflix. I ain't watched Netflix in like, I want to say like a month now. Pretty good shows. You should go ahead and watch it. Actually, you know what? No, don't watch that How Hot 2 with Lil Yachty. That's trash. It's so bad. 0 out of 10 rating. Lil Yachty cannot make movies. And I already mentioned this, but the bezels on here is like way nicer than last year. Now, it's not gonna be like something like a Tab S6 or something, or like a S20 Ultra, but it's still like way more modern looking. For a $280 tablet with LTE, I still gotta keep mentioning that because LTE usually adds like an additional $100 on tablets and with smartwatches. Pretty dope, but like the viewing angles, it ain't that bad either. Next is the battery life on this thing. So we talked about 5,000 milliamp hours, and yeah, that sounds big and everything, but we don't actually know if it's gonna last that long. Like, just cause you put a big battery in something don't mean it's gonna last long if you don't optimize it. But it's pretty good on here. So I could not kill the battery on this thing. Like, trust me, I tried and I can't. Now, I think I took a screenshot of the battery. Let me see real quick. Okay, no I didn't. So I think the battery lasted for like 8 hours of screen on time or something like that, probably longer, so that's pretty good for this. I still don't remember, but I think it might have been like way longer. I don't even remember, but yeah, the battery life on here is really nice. So next up is the speakers. Let me go and play some music real quick. We'll go and play some Kevin Breeze here. So I got the volume up all the way right here.
And in this video, we're gonna be
put your headphones on, you can probably hear it better.
H8 Pro tablet. So let's get started.
Sound pretty good, man. Now, let me go and play some Tech Right, and then we can go ahead and play some Chucky beats. Yeah, that sound decent.
So this is the
Subscribe to Kevin Breeze, by the way, really good YouTuber. I'll leave a link down below in the little annotation above.
What's up, Tech King? Stefan here from Tech Right. Today I'm going to be doing the full review of the Galaxy A71. Stay tuned.
Sound pretty good, man. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Tech Right. You need to upload a video, bro. We missed you. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Now, it's loud, okay? Loud for the price anyway. It's not gonna be louder than something like my Tab S6 or something. But it get pretty loud. I wish it had more bass though. Like the 10.1 Tab I had last year had like way more bass, and obviously it was louder, but obviously it's a way bigger tablet too. But for the price, it sounds really nice. Man, that just rhymed. I'm killing it. Next up is the headphone jack. Gotta talk about that. Wow, man, I'm going crazy today. So I've been using these Sony WH-1000MX3s that I didn't do an unboxing on, so I'll get to more videos on that soon. But I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like the battery life ain't really that good. But when the battery dies, I wanna go and plug it in, but like I can't plug it in without an adapter for something like my Tab S6 or my S20 Ultra or my Z Flip or my Fold or something like that. But with this Tab I got a headphone jack, so I don't gotta worry about that. Woo, man, what's going on with me today? I'm just going left and right, killing it. Next up is Face Unlock that I like. So last year we didn't have Face Unlock on the Tab A 2019, but on here we do got it now. Last year we can only put in like a pin or a pattern or whatever you set. I still don't like that we don't got a fingerprint scanner. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I mean, at least we got the Face Unlock and it seemed to be pretty good. So I'm used to the Face Unlock from like my S20 Ultra and everything, and my S10 Plus I'm recording on right now. Like if you look at it, that's my S10 Plus. So if you're wondering what I'm recording on. Next up, just the feeling of it feel good. Like, yeah, I said that we got that like soft texture to it and everything. And yeah, it do feel good, not gonna lie. It feel ergonomic, like I don't feel like the corners are like really digging into my hands or anything. Like it feel comfortable, really rounded out and everything. Like I'm cool with this. Next up is the size. So it's a really nice companion for my Tab S6. I already told y'all that at the beginning of the video, that if you have a Tab S6 or a Tab S4, you should get this too. But it's just really nice to have like a smaller tablet to bring around. And like, so let me give y'all an example. So when I'm editing or something like that, I bring my tablet with me, and sometimes the Tab S6 is just a little bit too big for the desk. I gotta just get a whole new desk anyways, but this just been nice to just throw on the desk. Hold on. Throw on the desk, and I don't gotta worry about it. It's not in the way or anything. It's just good. Next is all the multi-window features. So they did not skip out on this Tab A here. We still got all the same multi-window features here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull up my gallery, pull up YouTube. That's good. Now I can go ahead and go back here to the recent apps, and I can go ahead and pull up, I don't know, Samsung Internet and put that in the pop-up view. And yeah, you could just see right there, like I got a lot of windows going on right now, and it's all good. Like ain't no problem. It's just going smooth. I can do the same exact thing I can do on my Tab S6, except for one thing, and that's one thing only. I'll talk about that in my dislikes. But yeah, so all the multi-window features, they ain't skip out on, like we're all good here. Next is, we already have a lot of features that we know and love and that we're used to. So we have like the Smart Things panel right here. And then if I go over here, look over at tablet visibility, we have the sensor device feature. So last year we didn't have the sensor device feature. I really don't understand why we didn't, but now we do. So again, if you don't know what a sensor device is, it's basically like that new quick share feature that Samsung put in the S20 and the S20 Ultra and all that. It's just the older version of that, just before they renamed it and everything. So that was one feature I was really missing last year because I always, and I mean always, use that sensor device feature. But I mean, we're good now. And like I said, we got our whole Smart Things panel here so I can see if my garage is closed or not. And like I said, we just have this whole Smart Things panel here. Like, even though we don't have it in One UI 1.5 on the Note 9, the Note 10 and everything. And then I could just quickly see if my garage door is closed or something. Next thing I like is the LTE on here. So I forgot how useful LTE is on a tablet. So some of y'all know I had the Galaxy Tab S4. Well, I already mentioned that I had the Tab S4 last year from Verizon, and that was really nice to use LTE on that thing. So I got the Tab S6 here and Wi-Fi, and I wanted that T-Mobile, but they only had the Mountain Gray and they only had the 120 gigs. I really wanted the 256 gigs with the Cloud Blue, and that was really important to me, so I just got the Wi-Fi one and tethered it off of my really slow T-Mobile hotspot. But I mean, it is what it is. Now I can go anywhere I want and not even have to worry about not having no internet on here. And like I said, this is already a pretty nice portability tablet. Like, I mean, I can even fit this thing in my pocket. Like, come on now. So Verizon LTE on here is a go. Next thing I really like about this thing is I can still use a Bluetooth mouse with it. So this is my Logitech MX Master 3. I just got it, as y'all know. And Android already supports mouses by default, so it ain't really that surprising that it works on here. But check this out. So let me go and turn this thing on. I'll go ahead and switch it to the Tab A. And you can see right here that I can use this thing like a computer now. I still got my scroll gestures here with the side scroll wheel and just a regular scroll wheel. And then I can even use this app right here called Sentio Desktop. Let me go and find it real quick. There we go. And this thing is pretty much kind of like Samsung Dex. So I can go ahead and click out of all this real quick. And you can see right here, let me go and open up Nest real quick. You can see that I got these pop-up windows here. So you can see I got the regular One UI pop-ups right here, but this is just exactly like Samsung Dex. Well, not exactly like it, but close enough. It's still not going to match Samsung Dex, obviously, but like I said, it's close enough for what I'm getting right here. And it's just really nice to have here. I can even go ahead and connect the keyboard and everything if I want to, and I'm good. So shout out to the person that actually recommended this, cause okay, this is dope on the Tab A. I just need a case to go ahead and stand this up or something, and then I'm good, or maybe even a keyboard case or something. I don't know how it's gonna work on an 8-inch tablet, but I guess we'll see. Next up is a daily board briefing. So I thought anyways, this is gonna be a Galaxy Tab Best exclusive, but as far as I can see, nah, that ain't even it. So let me go and show you that real quick. So let's go to the notifications. Let's go and tap here to start daily board. And let's go and tap on agree. And then you can see right here, this is daily board, okay? So yeah, you could just basically see all this information that's showing me right now. Like I can see the temperature in Kenosha. I can see the calendar right here. Go and tap on one of these dots right here. I think anyways, probably not okay. And it's just gonna go ahead and give me all these screens right here, and it's pretty nice. So I can even go ahead and tap up here to pull up my music. And I can go ahead and manage my music up here. Like I can see what song I'm playing right now, Shooter by G Herbo. I can go ahead and play and pause it. Like, it's pretty nice. So if you have this thing docked somewhere where you can just go ahead and plug it in and then just leave it on the counter or something, that's what it's gonna go ahead and show you. And then I can go ahead and manage my time, how that looks. So I can go ahead and make it an analog clock or a digital. So it's analog by default, I think, maybe not. On my Tab S6 anyways, it was analog by default and I didn't like that. So I can do it sequentially and then I can do it all on one page. So let me go back here and let me go and show y'all real quick. That's what it's gonna go and look like. And yeah, so just pretty much daily board overall. It's a pretty nice feature, and then when you unplug it, it goes away. So yeah, I got daily board on here. I'm feeling that. You can go ahead and hide the notification if you want to too, by just going ahead and holding on to the notification and then just tapping on that switch. But yeah, so that's daily board. Remember when I had that bathroom tablet on my wall? Yeah, that would have been nice. Next up is that this actually has Bluetooth 5 on it. So I don't remember how it worked last year, but at least with this year, you have Bluetooth 5 on here, and I have these Sony WH-1000 MX3s. Oh my God, I still remember the name. Go crazy. But alright, so yeah, we can actually use Bluetooth 5 on here, and there's no delay with Bluetooth 5 headphones, so that's nice. Automatically, you don't get any delay with Bluetooth 5, and it's the latest and everything, so we're all good here. So when these ain't dead, I can go ahead and use the Bluetooth 5 feature. And lastly, this is surprisingly a gaming beast for the price, and no, it don't support Fortnite, okay, let me get that out the way right now. But just playing games like Asphalt 8 and everything, like it runs like pretty good on here. Now hopefully I can do a video on playing games on here soon. I'm not going to do that today, but just take me on my word that it plays games pretty good on here. Alright, so now we're going to go and talk about some of the things I don't like about this thing, so we got to go ahead and do it. So one of them is, and I hate this by the way, but there's no double tap to wake feature on here, and you saw that in the settings, there's no option on here. That's so annoying, man. I use that all the time. Like, I've been used to that since my Tab S4, which I think was the first Samsung Galaxy product to have that, and then like everything else after that had it. Like, I use it on my Z Flip, my Tab S6, my Galaxy Fold, the S20 Ultra. Like, I got so used to it that like I always use it to turn it on pretty much these days. And then all of a sudden when you try using this thing and turning it on, you're like, hold up, is this thing broken or like is it even on or what's going on here? I'm just like, Samsung, put that in there if you can, please. Oh, that's annoying. Next up is, and you saw this in the settings too, there's no ambient light sensors. So I think I mentioned that already. But that's really annoying too because like for me anyways, I use the auto brightness. I don't just keep it on max brightness all the time or minimum brightness so nobody, even myself, can even see the screen. I just don't like having to manually adjust my brightness now. Like that's just how it is. So for something this cheap, I feel like they could have put an ambient light sensor in here. I'm just saying. Next up is we get One UI 1.5 on here. And just think about that. We're in April right now and we get One UI 1.5 instead of One UI 2. Like, what is that? Samsung, you gotta do better than that. Come on now. Like even like the last year's Tab 8, it had One UI. It didn't have Samsung Experience or Android 9 was, no, it's Android 8. It had the appropriate software for that time, and the appropriate software right now is One UI 2, and this don't got it, and that's really annoying. So pretty much automatically, this thing's only gonna get one software update, so I don't consider One UI 2 a software update that like it's just considered as one of the two upgrades that we usually get. I consider One UI 3 as one of the software updates that we're gonna get, and One UI 4. That's just really annoying, so just automatically, like I said, we get one major software update on this thing, and I don't like that at all. I mean, hell, like even Google's working on Android 11 right now, so that's automatically like two software updates behind. Even though it's not out yet and it's not going to be out for a while, that's still kind of annoying. Next up is Verizon software is trash, okay? This isn't limited to just this Tab 8 right here, but Verizon software is trash. Verizon themselves shouldn't be doing this, and Samsung shouldn't just be allowing this at all. Like even that Verizon logo slapped on the back right there, Samsung shouldn't be allowing that. Like you miss so many things out here, like the Samsung Cloud. Yes, I know you can install the APK and everything and get some of the features, but you don't get like the cloud syncing for the gallery and all that. That's just really annoying, man. And like Verizon software blocks so many things that I don't understand why they block it. Like I just look at it and I'm like, are you stupid? Why is that blocked? Like for example, they block call and message continuity and to Find My Mobile. Like come on now, that's useful things right there. Why is it gone? Next up is storage space on here is laughable, okay? 32 gigs, come on now, what are we gonna do with that? You could have at least put 64 gigs in there as one of my friends said in the comments. And I really don't like that, okay? Samsung, you really need to up your game on that. Even last year only had 32 gigs. And 32 gigs in 2020, where's that gonna get you at all? Besides like putting an SD card in there, but even with an SD card, you can't put all the apps on there. And it's gonna be slower than the actual internal storage on here. So Samsung, we need 64 on here. At least in next year's version, we need 64. I know how much this thing costs, but even phones cheaper than this got better storage than this. Those got LTE, right? And those are harder to make than tablets. And Donald Trump, stop emailing me. But next, we only have Face Unlock on here, and I really don't like that. So they could have put a fingerprint scanner in here, and even like I said already, like phones cheaper than this tablet got fingerprint scanners on like, I don't know, the sides or even in the display sometimes. Like I know Digi got cheap phones with in-display fingerprint scanners and even this don't. I don't even know what I'm paying for at this point. The Samsung logo, like what's going on here? But yeah, even though I put the Face Unlock as one of the highlight features that I like on here, it's another thing that I dislike because that's all we got. So in like low light conditions and stuff, like it's not gonna work out well. That's why I like that my Tab S6 got the in-display fingerprint scanner. Even though it don't work well right now, I had to send it to Samsung so they can replace it. It's just like, yeah, it's annoying that it don't got it on here. Next up is that this soft feeling kind of gives this tablet like a cheap plasticky feeling. So yeah, that's why I was kind of skeptical at first. Like, I don't know if this thing's metal. Like, I think y'all lying to me. But I mean, I guess it is metal, but you see what I mean right there, right? Like, I just thought this thing was plastic, so it just kind of got that cheap feeling to it. It don't feel like it's gonna break on me, and I don't hear any creaking or anything when I go ahead and flex it, even though this is my first time doing that because I don't bend my tablets. So yeah, kinda got that cheap feeling, but maybe you'll feel different when you actually hold on to it. Next up is it kind of got some lag to it. So like you can see right here, it got some lag just going to the apps and just some parts of the, the One UI, it lags sometimes. It's not anything major or anything, but I just noticed it. And just like unlocking the tablet sometimes, let me go and do that real quick. Like I'll go ahead and unlock it right now, and it kind of had some lag right there. It wasn't really that fast. I know how cheap it is, okay? But it still kind of got some lag to it. Next up is they kind of downgraded on some things from last year. So last year they had 5,100 milliamp hours on the battery, and this year we only got 5,000. Now I know that ain't a big difference, but I'm just saying, so we still downgraded in that department at least. Next, no S Pen. So I know they dropped it for this other speaker here, and I'm still debating if I like that better or not. But yeah, we still don't get an S Pen like we did last year. Next, no Bigsby support. So I use Bigsby all the time with all my devices, all my Galaxies, and like these Samsung smart TVs and everything, they got Bigsby. But yeah, so I'm just so used to Bigsby and the whole ecosystem and how it works with the ecosystem and how my settings are all synced up and everything. But then this just don't got Bigsby at all. Last year they didn't have it either though. Next up is that carrier logo. So it's the same thing on AT&T. I don't know how it is on Sprint. Even though there's no AT&T model out yet, I still saw in some kind of leak or something like that there's an AT&T logo like slapped directly in the middle. So I really enjoy Samsung not allowing any carriers to slap any logos on the back of their phones, especially for something this expensive or like the Galaxy Fold or something like that. But I feel like they listen to the customers, like telling them that they don't like these logos here. They took that advice and then they just threw it out the window with this, and it was like, huh, y'all heard something? Next thing I don't like is there's no multi-window trays. So it's just another one of those things that you get so used to, and then when you don't have it all of a sudden, you're like, wait, hold up, what's going on? So with the Galaxy Fold and the Tab S6, you can see that we got this bar right here, so we can go ahead and quickly pull up some multi-window apps. And then with this, it's just kind of like I got to go to the recent apps, go and tap on the icon, tap on split screen view, tap on the other icon here. Like, it's just way easier that way. Yeah, I swear to God, it's literally snowing right now, Wisconsin. Look at the date, so it's April 14th. I don't get that. I hate you so much, Wisconsin. Even though I love you, I hate you too. My brother's literally flying in from Vegas today and he's getting all this, so nice. And lastly is the Wi-Fi is kind of slow on here, not gonna lie. Like, my definition of slow is like, I want to say like 50 megabytes these days because, well, I'm not gonna forget where I came from, okay, I had Uverse. Uverse is trash. I'm just putting that out there. Spectrum is kind of trash too though. But now I got so used to 300 megabytes per second and everything, like let me go and do a speed test real quick. Let me go and show y'all how it works. And that's what we get right there. So that I think that's somewhere around the max that we're getting. I saw in another video that was like 100 megabytes per second. I'll go and show you the video right now on the screen. But yeah, so that's like the max speeds we're getting. I even plugged in the Ethernet cord down here and it still showed like speeds around here. So I don't know. But now that's pretty much it for my dislikes. So now we're going to talk about my petty gripes real quick because as Flossie Carter says, they call me Petty Roosevelt. But one gripe I have is no Samsung DeX now. This thing only got 3 gigs of RAM and we got that Santio desktop thing, so I ain't too mad at them because like I said, we only got 3 gigs of RAM, so we don't got that much to work with. One of my other petty gripes is no pins for accessories. So like with the Tab S6, and the Tab S6 is gone by the way because I literally just went to go ship it out. It's getting late and I wanted to ship out today, but yeah, there's no pins on here so you can go ahead and connect some accessories like a keyboard or something. And there's something like a stand I could use. So like with the Tab S6, they got a stand now that you can go ahead and put it on and it'll pull up the daily board. And last thing is no game launcher. So there's no game launcher on this tablet. I don't get why, but there ain't. But alright y'all, so that's pretty much all I got for y'all for this Galaxy Tab A. So far, what do I think about this thing? Can I give it the Jennings stamp of approval? And I'ma say yes. So far, this do get the Jennings stamp of approval. Now, should I get this over the Tab S2 or the Tab S3 or whatever? I don't really know because I never used those, but if you can find a Tab S4 for really cheap and you can find it for like around the same price as this or maybe even cheaper, I kinda doubt that though. But if you can find a Tab S4 for cheaper than this or around the price of this, then yeah, I would say get the Tab S4. But pretty much if you just want a tablet for, watching Netflix and doing emails and browsing the internet and all that stuff, just basic stuff that you gotta do anyways because we're all stuck in the house, then yeah, this is good for that. And it's even gonna be good for some things like some light gaming and all that. Like this ain't gonna be no Tab S6 or nothing like that where you playing like 60 FPS on Fortnite. But like I said, for media consumption and stuff like that, and I don't know, like the JW Library app is gonna be good for that. So I would say this thing gets a Jennings stamp of approval, aka I recommend this. Now I know I'm even gonna get some more questions like when's the Wi-Fi version coming? I already covered that. I don't know, it should come out later though. And then same thing for like, you know, the Sprint version and the AT&T version and all that, and even the 10.1 inch version. Now, should I get this LTE version over the Wi-Fi one that should come out later? If you travel a lot and you think you're gonna travel a lot with this tablet, definitely go ahead and get you the LTE version. But if you don't really travel a lot with this thing, or you feel like you can just use the hotspot off of your phone, then just get the Wi-Fi one. Now, should I get this one or should I get the last year one with the S Pen? Now, I would say if you really want that S Pen, just go with last year's. But I would just tell you to get this year's because you get slimmer bezels, better specs, like you get a lot out of this thing. But that's gonna be pretty much it for me, y'all. So thanks for watching. If you like this video, go and give this video a like. And if you really liked it, go and subscribe. And I don't usually shout this out, but go and follow me on my social media at Ecentech so you can go and find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm most active on Twitter, but go and follow me at Ecentech. All the links are down below. But that's gonna be pretty much it for me, y'all. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay at home. You already know the whole deal. Social distancing, all that stuff is very important. Even if you had the coronavirus and you beat it already, first off, I want to say congratulations. But you want to make sure you're looking out for everybody around you. So thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. For real, I love y'all. And thank you for 30,000 subscribers. I love y'all so much. All right, bye.